Also, newly obtained surveillance video from Georgia shows a fake elector escorting members of a tech firm into the Coffee County election office in January of 2021. Moments before election data was breached. In the video, you can see the then chairwoman of the Coffee County GOP, Kathy Latham, in the blue-green shirt.
There's a camera above you.
Holding open the door for members of Sullivan Strickler, a data security firm hired by Trump attorney Sidney Powell the day after the insurrection. Additional video taken outside the county elections office shows Cyber Ninja CEO Doug Logan and cybersecurity consultant Jeff Lenberg also visiting that same office a few times later in January of 2021. This is all part of a criminal investigation into the breach of voter data. Latham is also under criminal investigation for posing as a fake elector, signing paperwork falsely claiming Trump won the election. NBC News has reached out to Latham for comment, but has yet to hear back. The data forensic firm referred NBC News to their lawyers and declined to comment.
You know, Willie, I just got to say,
it's incredible.
You look at all of these people,
terrible,
breaking all of these laws all over the country, thinking that they live in a world that's not only a post-fact world, but a post-law world. And they really believed, because Donald Trump always seemed to get away with breaking the law, that they could just break the law. And now we're seeing that actually they're all feeling gravity's pull, that this was not a vacation from history. This was not a vacation from criminality if you broke the law.
From our elections process.
From our elections process, from any process, that there are actually, and I think for millions and millions of Americans who probably don't even like what Joe Biden's doing right now, this is a relief. This is a relief that actually in America, if you break the law, there are consequences. I know the Republican Party wants to defund the FBI. I know the Republican Party doesn't care if cops are beaten up on Capitol steps within an inch of their life. I know the Republican Party talks about rioting in the streets if the head of their party is actually held to the same legal standard of everybody else. But I think it's a relief for a lot of independents, a lot of swing voters, a lot of people who aren't a member of either tribe
or a cult.
That, my God, laws still matter in this country, and these people are getting rolled up by authorities for going out of their way to breaking the law, whether it was a battering and abusing cops on January the 6th, trying to beat them to death with American flags, or whether and it's not just criminal, it's also civil. If you lie about election workers, you're going to pay the consequences. Like, there are actually guardrails in America's democracy, even if Donald Trump tried to convince millions of Americans that there were not.
You're exactly right. And Donald Trump gave them, in their eyes, permission and license to go break the law, whether it was busting into the Capitol and beating up cops and going to look for Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence. They thought they were on a mission from Donald Trump. And the same goes for these local officials. We focus on Donald Trump leading this coup, rightly so. But there were people like this woman holding the door in Georgia. There were people in Arizona. There were people in Pennsylvania and Michigan who were actively working, sometimes elected officials, actively working to help Donald Trump with his coup. And now, to your point, Joe, the woman holding the door, letting these people in to tamper with election machines and equipment, she is a target of an investigation in the state of Georgia. There will be consequences for holding that door and trying to help Donald Trump pull off a coup. For more on this, let's bring in investigative reporter at the Washington Post, Emma Brown. Emma, thanks for being with us this morning. So let's talk about who that woman is there. She was the county chair for a Republican Party in Georgia, and why she was letting those people in that building.
Sure. Yes. Her name is Kathy Latham. And as you said, she was at the time the county Republican chair. She was also one of, the quote unquote fake electors in Georgia. And, she was holding the door. She went out and greeted this team and then led them inside. What her lawyer told us is that she had nothing to do with authorizing or participating in any copying of sensitive or protected voter software. But she was there, and she did, you can see on the video, she led them in a deposition that we can talk about in a minute. She said she had been, she recalled being there briefly that afternoon after teaching a full day of classes at the high school. This video shows that she was there shortly before noon. That's the time that we see her greeting them there.
Right. And obviously, these are only allegations. We have video of her opening the door. What does the state have to prove, though, that she specifically was involved in this? Do they believe that they can make her an accessory to a possible crime here, or is she just a person of interest because she's on the video?
Well, I think it's important to understand that this video surveillance actually came as a result of civil litigation. So 5 years ago, voters in Georgia and a nonprofit called the Coalition for Good Governance sued state officials in Georgia because they were concerned about the security of Georgia's voting system. And in recent months, they've issued a flurry of subpoenas and taken a bunch of depositions. And it's really because of those efforts that we know what we know about what happened in Coffee County. So they are continuing to pursue that as a civil matter because they are concerned that this breach, the copying of basically, all the software components and data that is used in the Dominion software across the state of Georgia, creates a risk for future elections. So that continues. Only recently did this become a matter for criminal investigators. So now the Georgia Bureau of Investigation is looking into this matter. And Fani Willis in Fulton County has also taken an interest as part of her much broader inquiry into Trump's effort to overturn the 2020 election.
Yeah. And again, just because you're on the video doesn't mean you're guilty. Certainly, though, does make those four people of interest while an investigation moves
forward. But when talking
forward.
with legal experts about all the different challenges facing former President Donald Trump, a lot of them say, watch what comes out of Fulton County.
Well,
Just watch.
Georgia's a real problem. I'll tell you, the fake electors also a real problem, not just for Donald Trump, but for others involved. The Washington Post, Emma Brown.
Thank you so much.
Greatly appreciate it.
Also...